サミヤサキ、もう我慢できない。最後の決着をつけてやる。待ってなさい。私の手で直接お前の息の根を止めてやるから。
Sukeban Deka, a title that loosely translates to Delinquent Girl Detective, is one of the coolest TV shows ever produced. And I've been a bit obsessed over the last couple of months. Let me explain. Starting as a manga series that ran from around 1975 to 1982, Sukeban Deka was created by writer and illustrator Shinji Wada, who wanted to create a high school drama, while the editors at his publishing company wanted a detective story. They ended up making a compromise and met somewhere in the middle, drawing major influence from the growing trend of female school delinquents, known as Sukeban, a subculture of young female gangs in Japan that stood against everything that your stereotypical, cute, polite, and often sexualized Japanese schoolgirl would have been portrayed as. And then making one of those into an undercover detective, whose weapon is a yo-yo made of steel. And a badge. In 1991, an anime OVA was produced based on the manga, keeping the art style intact. It even got a DVD release in 2003 through ADV Films. But going back to the original Sukeban Deka manga, it had gained enough popularity in the late 70s and into the 80s that it earned itself a primetime television series, produced by TOEI, which would begin airing on April 11, 1985. Loosely following some of the major plot elements from the manga, while altering or outright ditching others, Sukeban Deka, the TV series, took more creative license with the source material, having only 24 episodes and a very tight budget, with several primarily tokusatsu directors attached to direct the majority of its episodes. These included the likes of Hideo Tanaka, who had just directed the first Metal Heroes tokusatsu series, Space Sheriff Gavan, and who had previously directed episodes of Toei's Spider-Man TV series. As well as Taro Sakamoto, who would go on to direct nearly 20 different Super Sentai series throughout the last few decades. The series starred 19-year-old pop singer and actress Yuki Saito, who had just made her debut as a teen idol with her first J-pop single, Sotsugyo. Despite Saito's sweet and soft demeanor as a J-pop singer, her ability to convey a deep, cold desolation as well as a fiery, wild-eyed determination are what really stand out in her portrayal of Sukeban Deka's titular character, Saki Asamiya. Disguised as an ordinary delinquent schoolgirl and armed only with a yo-yo that doubles as her official police badge, bearing the dreaded Sakura Daimon, or law enforcement cherry blossom insignia, must battle her way through hordes of criminals and rival gangs in order to serve out her duty as a Deka, a sort of slang way of saying cop, in agreement with a secret government organization that she reluctantly works for as a means of protecting her mother, who is on death row for the murder of her own husband. So basically, Saki has been blackmailed into servitude. While the show does deliver some great action and drama, the show is rather dark and serious in tone. Dealing with adult topics like murder, suicide, abduction, corruption, cults, and mind control. Yuki Saito was fantastic as the original live-action Saki Asamiya. It's just unfortunate that her stint as the character only lasted 24 episodes, and that the popularity of this show has mostly remained something that only exists in Japan. The show itself was never released internationally. While the anime did see some international distribution, it was actually several film adaptations that brought live-action Sukeban Deka into an audience outside of Japan. In 2006, Saito made a cameo appearance in a film reboot of Sukeban Deka, which was released internationally under the title Yo-Yo Girl Cop. Directed by the writer of Battle Royale, who also directed Battle Royale 2. Unfortunately, it suffered that mid-2000s edgy and sloppy digital look that plagued many films post The Matrix in Japan.
Asamiya, Saki-san, yoroshiku ne.
But let's not go off on a tangent about that. As great as Yuki Saito was as Saki Asamiya, she would move on from the Sukeban Deka franchise to pursue her career as an actress, starring in critically acclaimed films like Yuki no Dansho Jonetsu, as well as continuing to release over a dozen studio albums. And while there is so much more regarding Yuki Saito's run on Sukeban Deka to discuss, I highly recommend you check it out for yourself.
Saki, 黙って見てろ。
バカ野郎！ふざけんじゃねえや。
And as much as I'd love to talk more about the first season of Sukeban Deka, I really want to talk about the second one.
いけない。
Sukeban Deka II, Shoujo Tekamin Densetsu, or Legend of the Girl with the Iron Mask, continues the story of Sukeban Deka. However, without spoiling the ending for Season 1, for Season 2, Saki Asamiya is replaced with a young mysterious new Sukeban named Yoko Godai, who has been forced to wear an iron mask since childhood.
許いとせよここれをつけなんだら殺されるがよね
TOEI really wanted to ramp up the impact of the show, with more than double the amount of episodes of Season 1, pulling out all the stops with a higher budget, better choreographed fights, action, and special effects, plus loads of fun over-the-top enemies for our heroine to battle against. This sequel series went all out. Yoko Godai and her Iron Mask was an entirely new character and plotline created specifically for the second season of Sukeban Deka, and not found anywhere in the original manga source material. With the first episode beginning like something straight out of Enter the Dragon, followed by the reveal of Yoko Godai and her infamous Iron Mask. This season doesn't waste any time at all getting straight to loads of fun action. However, it is not long into the first episode before Yoko is freed from her iron prison by one of our series' main characters, Nishiwaki, an officer of the secret police agency that employs the Sukeban Deka, who in exchange from freeing her from the bondage of the Iron Mask, asked that she replace the former Saki Asamiya to become the new Sukeban Deka. Yoko must first prove herself worthy by being locked away in an underground jail cell and given only a yo-yo to pass her time. After some time has passed and Yoko has begun to master the yo-yo, she is let out of her cell to be tested.
ただしこの庭にはお前を10人の男たちが待ち伏せている。お前がその男たちを倒し、この屋敷の門から出ていければお前は自由の身だ。
Thus begins a montage of badass scenes of her brutally taking down goons, who I guess are employed by the secret police, one by one, using various combat tactics. Finally, she makes it to the headquarters of our shadowy police organization to face off with the Dark Director, who also appeared in Season 1, where Yoko is officially proclaimed Saki Asamiya the second Sukeban Deka.
このヨーヨー、確かにあってが預かったぜよ。
Our new Saki is assigned a high school to attend, where Nishiwaki is working undercover as her homeroom teacher.
どうも、すいません。また遅刻ですよ。西脇先生。はい。どうも。先生、ズボンの前が開いてますよ。
It's there where we are given a little taste of just how much more insane the weekly antagonists are going to be in this season. The first of which is an all-female group of wannabe 80s Jackie Chan movie villains. Needless to say, it's a lot of fun. I don't want to go into huge detail about all the other fantastic villains in this season, but here are a few of my favorites, without giving away any major plotline spoilers.
今日朝宮咲が言葉を交わした者たちです。どの者から始末いたしましょう。かしこまりました。
お相手願いとう存ず。
何言ってんだ。こいつ今噂のスケバン
カメラを用いまする。
In Season 2, our new Saki is joined by two more ass-kicking schoolgirls. Kyoko Nakamura, aka Okyo of the Marbles, a marble-wielding Sukeban boss at her own high school.
やる気はないき。じゃあ何しに来たんだ。町屋、うちはおまんと話し合うために。うせ、受けなって。
And Yukino Yajima. While not regarded as a Sukeban, she is an accomplished practitioner of traditional Japanese martial arts, with her weapons of choice being traditional Japanese koto finger picks. And a weaponized handkerchief? Yeah. Each of these three characters are very distinct from each other, adding a lot more characterization and fun to the series, as they work together to battle countless enemies throughout the season.
さきさんが刑事だったなんて。さき、てめえ真っぽの手先かよ。汚ねえぞ。さき。
The actress portraying Saki II, Yoko Minamino, was also beginning her career as an accomplished pop singer, with her second single ever, Sayonara no Memae, Goodbye Vertigo, in all its 80s glory. And yes, I have the original vinyl.
「
There are so many things that I want to talk about from this season in particular, like the time that Saki pretended to be a nun. Or when she hilariously disarmed a bomb strapped to an RC car with her yo-yo. Or when Namera took a bite out of Saki's neck. Or that time that 80s J-pop group sang at gunpoint.
そうだ。んなことは分かってる。こっちにはな、人質が山ほどいるんだぜ。2時間が1分遅れても人質を殺していくからな。そうだ。面白いもん聞かせてやるよ。あと、こいつらに歌わせろ。
みんな歌おう。
そうこなくっちゃな。
セーラー服を脱がさないで今はダメよ我慢なさって
Or the time that Saki flew out of the water like a fucking wild beast, donning her iron mask. But I digress. This is a show that you really need to see for yourself. I would give anything to go back and relive all 42 episodes again for the first time. So consider yourself lucky if you have not yet had the privilege of watching this glorious television series from Japan. I've left out most of the main story arc in this video, as I want it all to be experienced on your own, firsthand. I had hoped to do a deep dive into the merchandise that this second season of Sukeban Deka created in Japan, as I have painstakingly gathered as much of it as I possibly could over the last couple of months. However, it is now obvious that it needs its own video, and I haven't even talked about the movie yet. Oh well, that gives you guys more time to catch up on the show and fully appreciate the items that I have to showcase next time.
梁山高校2年 B 組朝宮咲またの名をスケバンデカ
Until then,
おまんら気合い入れんかい